we are going to do something very special. We're going to read a book, but first we're going to have our scripture reading. And it comes from the book of Genesis in the 6th chapter. And I'm going to read parts of the story. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But this is a story about Noah and the ark. And I bet you a lot of you already know this. So listen to God's word. The Lord was sorry that he had made humankind on earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out the earth, the human beings I've created, people together with animals and creeping things and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the sight of the Lord. Now, gotta find where I'm going here. For my part, I'm going to bring a flood of waters on the earth, God said, to destroy from under the heaven all the flesh which is the breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing, of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds according to their kinds, of the animals according to their kinds. Of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind. 2 of every kind shall come into you, to keep them alive. Also take with you every kind of food that is eaten, and store it up, and it shall serve as food for you and for them. Noah did this. He did all that God commanded of him. This is the word of our Lord.
Thanks be to God.
So today, I'm going to share with you the story of why Noah chose the dove. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to need some help. And I have 32 people that are going to help me. Now, everybody has a part, and your parts are all numbered. You'll see up in the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Deb Lair is going to come around with a microphone, and we're going to ask when it's your turn to please stand up and take the microphone and give her time to get to you. She's going to be running like a little whippoorwill here to get to everybody, and then read your part. The pictures will all be up on the stage, or up on the screens. So, this is the, go ahead. This is the story of why Noah chose the dove. When the people sinned, and God decided to punish them by sending the flood, all the animals gathered around Noah's ark. Now, Noah was a righteous man, and God told him how to save himself and his family by building an ark that would float and shelter them when the waters rose. The animals had heard a rumor that Noah was going to take with him on the ark only the best of all the living creatures. So the animal came and vied with one another, each boasting about its own virtues, and whenever possible, belittling the merits of others. Number 1.
I'm the lion lord. I am the strongest of all the beasts, and I surely must be saved.
The elephant flared. I am the largest. I have the longest trunk. I have the biggest ears and the heaviest feet.
To be big and heavy is not so important. I am the fox and the cleverest of all.
What about me? Brayed the donkey. I thought I was the cleverest.
It seems anyone can be clever, yet the skunk. I smell the best of all the animals. My perfume is famous.
All of you scramble over the earth, but I'm the only one that can climb trees, shrieked the monkey.
The only one, growled the bear. What do you think I do?
And how about me, chattered the squirrel indignantly.
I belong to the tiger family, purred the cat.
I'm a cousin of the elephant, squeaked the mouse.
I'm just as strong as the lion, snarled the tiger, and I had the most beautiful fur.
My spots are more admired than your stripes, the leopard spat back.
man's closest friend, yelped the dog.
You're no friend. You're just a fawning flatterer, bade the wolf. I am proud. I am a lone wolf and flatter no one.
Ah, blatted the sheep. That's why you're always hungry. Give nothing, get nothing. I give man my wool, and he takes care of me.
You give man wool, but I give him sweet honey, droned the bee. Besides, I have venom to protect me from my enemies.
What is your venom compared with mine? I'm closer to Mother Earth than any of you.
Not as close as I am, protested the earthworm, sticking its head out of the ground.
I lay eggs, cluck, 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 the head.
I give mouth. Moo the cow.
I help man plow the earth, bellowed the eyes.
I carry man, neighed the horse. Nay, and I have the largest eyes of all of you.
You have the largest eyes, but you only have two, while I have many. The housefly buzzed right into the horse's ear.
Compared with me, you're all midgets. The giraffe's words came from a distance as he nibbled the leaves off of the top of the tree.
I am almost as tall as you are, chortled the camel, and I can travel in the desert for days without food or water. I also like baseball, so I spit a lot.
You two are tall, but I'm fat, snorted the hippopotamus, and I'm pretty sure that my mouth is bigger than anybody's.
Don't be so sure, snapped the crocodile, and he yawned.
I can speak like a human talk, a bear.
You don't really speak, you just imitate. The rooster crows. I only know one word. Cock-a-doodle-doo! But it's my own.
I see with my ears. I fly by hearing, piped the bat.
I sing with my wing, chirped the cricket.
Now, there were many more creatures who were eager to praise themselves, but no one noticed that the dove was perched alone on a branch and did not try to speak or to compete with the other animals. "Why are you silent?" Noah asked the dove. "Don't you have anything to boast about?"
I don't think of myself as better or wiser or more attractive than the other animals, cooed the dove. Each one of us has something the other doesn't have, given us by God, who created us all.
"The dove is right," Noah said. "There's no need to boast and compete with one another. God has ordered me to take creatures of all kinds into the ark, cattle and beasts, birds and insects." The animals were overjoyed when they heard these words, and all their grudges were forgiven. Before Noah opened the door of the ark, he said, "I love all of you." But because the dove remained modest and silent, while the rest of you bragged and argued, I chose it to be my messenger. Noah kept his word. When the rain stopped, he sent the dove to fly over the world and bring back news of how things were. At last, she returned with an olive leaf in her beak, and Noah knew that the waters had receded. When the land finally became dry, Noah and his family and all the animals left the ark. After the flood, Noah promised that never again would he after the flood, God promised that never again would he destroy the earth because of man's sins. And that seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night would never cease. The truth is that there are in the world more doves than there are tigers, leopards, wolves, vultures, or other ferocious beasts. The doves live happily without fighting. It is the bird of peace. And that is why Noah chose the dove. So that story reminds
argue and try to say they're better than everybody else. Have you ever met anybody like